Hi, this is Ellie with Full Moon Light Tarot 20, and today I wanted to do not a twin flame check-in, more of a divine feminine check-in. So, as a divine feminine myself, I've been very much guided away from focusing on what my divine masculine is doing at this time. And I feel like that's most of us. What's happening is the divine masculine has been put into this isolation at this time where they're really starting to work on themselves. And this might not be something that you can see. I feel like they've been blocked by spirit from being able to reach out to some of you, right? Some of us, they're not able to get into contact. Spirit is blocking them because spirit wants them to work on themselves. So in order for them to be able to have any kind of contact with you, come back into your life, that kind of thing, because you've raised your vibration to such a high degree that they need to start to raise theirs in order to catch up with you. And then while they're doing this, you're being asked to stop focusing on them, because every time you think about them, every time you focus on them, you are sending them energy, which then they can feel. Anytime you think about them or anytime they think about you, you both can feel one another. And this then is it's distracting you and it's distracting them from focusing on yourselves and your lives and to raise your vibration and frequency. And it's so imperative at this time to really let them work on themselves, to really let them focus on getting rid of all the distractions, getting rid of all the density, getting rid of the karmic connections, getting rid of everything that is not serving them in their life at this time, and really working through their traumas, their wounds, their pain, working on some inner child issues, working on really healing themselves, going within. And Spirit has really been working hard to remove all the distractions, to actually force them into this dark night of the soul that we've all been through as divine feminines, right? And not just one, we've been through quite a few in our time as we're on this spiritual journey. So today, I really wanted to focus on what does Spirit want the divine feminine to focus on this at this time when we're not focused on the divine masculine and what they're doing. So what Spirit wants you to focus on is to commit yourself to your journey at this time, to really commit yourself to you, to really honor yourself by keeping the promises you're making to yourself, to really make your word your bond. That is with the people around you, your connections with other people, but most important, it is with yourself. Spirit wants you to, when you say to yourself, I want to work on this within myself. This is what I no longer will put up with. This is what I want to work on. Let this word be your bond. Don't let yourself down. When you want to work on yourself, make that commitment to yourself, a commitment that you will not break for any circumstances, right? Now, I find every time I use this deck, the Soul Coaching by Denise Linn, every time that energy card comes out, and I feel like it is just so important that something that Spirit is really stressing for all of us at this time is to be your energy is your currency, right? Any interaction you have with other people, there's energy exchanged. Now, some people have very low energy, they have very dense energy, and they go after people who are lights, people who have an abundance of high vibrational energy. And they hyper focus on you and they like to be around you because they sap your energy. They get an energetic high off of you, and you leave the situation drained and have to recharge then. So Spirit wants you to be hyper vigilant with the connections you have around you, with the people you surround yourself with, with your interactions each day, and they want you to really, because you can tell which people and which situation are draining to you. Try to stay away, try to limit. I mean, if this is in the workplace, there's really not much you can do. But if these are people that are within your friend circle, then try to keep your distance. Don't really, really limit those interactions. Try to distance yourself. So really treat your energy as if it was money, right? And don't throw it around you willy-nilly. Be very careful and mindful. Be stingy with it. Honestly, be stingy with your energy. Your energy is your currency. And Spirit wants you to try to stay in a high vibrational place, because as long as you're in a high vibrational place, you have a positive effect on the whole planet. And when you just give it to a few people and there's nothing left to give, right, then you're of no use to yourself or the planet. So now the purification card talks about you clearing out your space. It talks about cleansing your body, but what it really is talking about, if you want things to come in, if you want manifestations to come in, if you are manifesting things, you need to make space for these things to come in. And that means at home clearing out clutter, because that has an energetic impact as well. Because anything that's from a past time, anything, let's say you have things from a past relationship, you have things from a family member that you are no longer in contact with for whatever reason. You have things that bring up negative energy, negative memories, anything like that. These things carry energy, and this energy is weighing you down. This is really preventing good things from coming in. These things might create a block for abundance and joy and all the things you're trying to manifest to come in. So you really need to look around your space and see what you can get rid of. Things that you no longer need, things that bring back bad memories, things that keep you stuck. And then focus on your body. Focus on drinking lots of water. Focus on eating high vibrational foods. With high vibrational foods, I mean unprocessed foods, raw, organic, anything like that, because anything processed is low vibrational. Meats are low vibrational. Just be mindful of what you put into your body, because now when you actually cleanse your body and you cleanse your space, energy can move freely through your body and through your space, and new things can come in. So that was a big one that Spirit wants you to work on at this time, as you are asked to focus on yourself. Now, when you look at the bottom row of the cards, I asked Spirit what we are transmuting, what we're working on behind the scenes at this time that you may not be aware of. And what I got was silence, shocking, curse, and clinging. What you are releasing at this time is the fear that when you don't hear about what's going on with your divine masculine, when you don't know what's happening behind the scenes, that you're worried about that. We are, and I think a lot of us are like this, where we feel like we need to have control over things in our lives, and that we are fearful to put trust into the universe to bring us what is best for us, right? So when you don't hear anything, frozen, no words, stone wall, maybe you think your divine masculine doesn't care about you anymore, that he's not thinking about you, that he's with other people having a good life without you. That's your worry. And then on the other hand, you're waiting for the shoe to drop, that all of a sudden you will get news that's going to be shocking, that there's going to be turmoil, trouble, unexpected things that are going to rock your world, right? These are your fears. These are your fears that you're working through right now. You're releasing these, right? You're also working on releasing your negative mindset, that curse, hex, witchcraft. There's people that were against this connection, and most of them, for most of us on the twin flame journey, there are people and entities who do not want this union to happen because it's so high vibrational and because it would have such a positive impact on the planet. And people, honestly, a lot of people don't want to see you happy because they're not happy, right? So there's going to be people against this, and these people, Spirit is removing them, right? Anything against this union when it's about to come to be, they're being removed, right? They won't be there anymore. And that's one of the jobs the Divine Masculine has, is when he actually rises into his Emperor energy, is going to be removing the people in his life that were against this, people that might have been whispering in his ear, people who, karmics, people who had control over him in some way, shape, or form, and were turning him against his divine feminine. His job is to remove these people and to keep his feminine safe from outsiders who would interfere in this connection. So you need to stop worrying about that because it's being handled. Now, the clinging, obsessing, holding on, and spying, that is really something that all divine feminines need to let go of. And I mean, spying can be watching tarot readings or having tarot readings done to see what's happening in the divine masculine's life, because you can't see what's happening if you're at a distance, right? If you're in no contact, as a lot of us are. Let go of that, because as I said in the beginning of this video, anytime you focus on them, you are sending them energy. Every time you're sending them energy, they start thinking about you, and that stops them from focusing on themselves and working on the stuff they need to take care of in their life. That stops them from focusing on healing things within them and healing the connection. So pull your energy back and put that energy on yourself. That is what Spirit wants us to do at this time. Focus on yourself, focusing on your abundance, focus on healing yourself, whatever still needs to be healed. And I mean, the healing in this life never stops because there's just so much. And we go from lifetime to lifetime healing more and more, right? Because it's not just our stuff, it's ancestral stuff that's been carried down through generations. And all the density on this planet we're working through too, right? So don't think that this journey ever has an end point where all of a sudden you're done all the healing, because you never will be completely healed. There's no such thing. That's why it's a journey, and this journey really has no concrete destination. So these are the things that we're working on letting go of at this time, right? Don't worry about the silence. The silence is intentional. The silence is where healing happens. Don't put any worry out there that the next time you have a meeting with your divine masculine, or that you're going to hear from someone around them that something's happened, that, they're in another connection, or, that they're doing something that's going to hurt this connection with you. Stop putting those worries out there, right? He's working on himself. Let him work on himself. You went through your journey. You're going through your journey. And now it's his time. And he is going through it much faster than you are, because you've had more time on this journey. And now that you've risen to the state you're at now, this energetic frequency you're at, now he's being pushed into his dark night of the soul and his healing journey. And he has to do it much faster than you, because he's trying to catch up to you. Because believe it or not, the divine masculine is worried about losing you to somebody else, to another connection, if they don't heal fast enough. So stop your clinging, stop your spying, stop having negative thoughts about this connection. Stop putting negativity into the connection you have with your divine masculine. Anytime you have a negative thought, anytime you have a negative thought about him, about, oh, what he's doing or what you think he's not doing, that you probably can't see what he's doing, so you shouldn't be making assumptions. But he is on his healing journey. Never doubt that. Now I pulled 2 other cards from the Soul Connections deck, and I got Recognition and Illusion. And the divine will help you recognize signs and miracles. And of course, as we're on this journey, we're seeing a lot of signs and miracles right now. So when you see, those angel numbers, 1111, I've been seeing 1111 everywhere. Absolutely everywhere, no matter where I go. And if you see your divine masculine's name everywhere, or if you have animals that are drawn to you, that kind of thing, right? Or if a song pops up out of nowhere and you get something out of the lyrics, none of these are random. This is spirit and often your divine masculine's telepathy that's coming through to let you know that you're not on this journey on your own, that your divine masculine is always with you in the 5D. You're never separate, that you're both helping each other in the 5D, and the 3D will match up. It'll catch up, right? Now I have here illusion. Avoid the trap of mistaking a fantasy for a true soul connection. So I feel like this does not have to do with any kind of doubt you might have on the twin flame journey about who your divine masculine is. I feel like this has to do with the people around you, and because we have soul connections with people who are not lovers, right? These are family, friends, people that you feel really close with, that you've likely had many incarnations with in the past, and that's why they feel so familiar to you. That's why you feel like you can share anything with them. These are soul connections. But there are some people who are very good at being manipulative. Be very careful with some people who make you think they're a soul connection. Someone who really sticks to you like glue, and really they're not after your highest good. And I think a lot of us, we have those people in our lives and they're so nice, but we feel that niggling sensation in the pit of the stomach, or in the solar plexus. In my case, I feel it in my solar plexus when there's something going on in the background that I can't put my finger on, but there's something that is not right about this person and about the situation. This is your inner guidance system letting you know that this person really does not have your best intentions at heart. Don't think that just because this person is really, really nice to you, you have long conversations, they seem to hang on every word you say, they seem to be agreeing with you. Just because you think that things are going so well with this person, be it a friend, be it a family member, be it someone at work. When you feel that sensation that something is off with that person, you get that red flag feeling, then trust that, because that person might just like sucking your energy. That person might just like listening to what's going on in your life, so then they can blab it to other people. Or they send you a lot of negative energy behind your back while you think that they're nice towards you and have good intentions towards you. They're actually sending you negative energy, and some people might call them curses. I don't. It's just them sending negative thoughts, negative energy, and that can have an impact on you if you're not protected. Now, thankfully, especially when we're very vibrational, spirit is very vigilant in keeping us protected. Now, a lot of people also call this evil eye, someone sending you evil eye, because they're just so jealous about what's going on in your life. And they're jealous of your energy. And they're jealous because they don't know how to generate that energy for themselves. And they feel that maybe you're a step above them and they'd like to knock you down a peg, right? So be very careful thinking that someone is a soul connection, that someone is meant to be in your life. When you feel that sensation that something is off with that person, you trust it. Trust it. Because don't surround yourself with people who, just because they seem nice, if you surround yourself with negative people, you're going to be in for a shocking surprise one day, because masks will fall and spirit eventually will reveal the people to you that are snakes in the grass, right? People who were nice to your face and then we're talking shit about you behind your back, or we're sending you negative energy, negative thoughts. So don't let other people ruin the high energy you have. And sometimes it's sad when you look around and you realize that a lot of people in your life are like that. And that's why I think the more high vibrational you are, the smaller your circle really is. You will find, and I think most of us, if you're still here with me watching this reading now, you might have been on this journey for quite some time, and you have realized that unfortunately a lot of people cannot match you where you're at. They don't understand your spiritual journey. Some people, most people, honestly, let's just be honest here, 90% of the people on this planet, 90% I want to say, they are not meant to be on a spiritual journey. That was not their goal when they incarnated on earth. They had other goals. They have other journeys. They come down here, and a lot of them go through their life with blinders on. They want nothing to do with spirituality. They go through their day-to-day blindfolded. They just want to do the daily grind, the 9 to 5, and that is all they want in this life. They don't want to better themselves. They don't care about other people. They only care about themselves. And when they see you, and a lot of them, they won't even see you. Let's be honest. Do you ever feel like when you're out and about in a crowd of people, most people don't even see you? They literally can't see you because your vibration is so much higher than theirs. They literally cannot even perceive you. It's like you're not even there for them. So that's unfortunately the state of the world. But you are down here to be a light. We are here to be a light. That was our mission. That is why we came down here. This is why we incarnated at this time, to be a light. And we took on a heavy, heavy, heavy load this time, right? We are really cutting through a lot of karma, a lot of trauma. We're cutting through a lot of ancestral shit. And honestly, our ancestors are behind us and they're so proud of us because we are doing things they were never able to do, especially the women in our line. They were never able to do all the things that we're able to do. And they're cheering us on. And as we're clearing all the restraints and all the societal conditioning around women over the course of history, we're actually making things better on other timelines, because you know how it is with the timelines, and I'm still learning about this. But the past, present, and future is all happening at the same time. So while you're having this incarnation here, you're also having other incarnations in other times, other places at the same time. And so are your ancestors. And you, as you are working through breaking all the karma and all that negativity, you are actually helping them on the other timelines. You're actually breaking through the bonds that those women had around them, the societal bonds, having to be married, not being able to have a career, being stuck at home with kids while the husband had the career and made all the money and having no power, right? We are actually breaking all those bonds in this lifetime and the lifetimes to come. So that's what I got for you today. This turned into a very lengthy reading, but I think this was important and Spirit urged me to come on today. So good for us. I'm proud of all of us. So leave any comments if you've got any thoughts about this. I have to say there's been some negative people coming on, not on Instagram. I find them on YouTube. People who leave negative comments, and I erase them right away. I remove them. I don't need negativity on my channel. So, or stupid questions, quite frankly. So I can tell when someone's only watched a few seconds of the video and then ask a dumb question. Well, you obviously didn't watch the whole reading. So I remove negative comments. I don't want negativity on my channel. So, and I think that if you've watched up to this point, you wouldn't be one of those people. So, all right, I love you guys. Take care. I'll talk with you again soon.